FM yóò tiwa máa ní. Mo ní ọ̀rẹ́ mi dákun màmá yìí tó wà lórí dá ìyẹn gangan. No controversy ní nọ́mbà yẹn. 365 FM. Power FM yóò tiwa máa ní. Power FM yóò tiwa máa ní. Ìròyìn tó kún fọ́fọ́ lágbàlá wa máa ní. Power FM yóò tiwa máa ní. Tó gbámúṣe lágbàlá wa lẹ́ ó ti gbọ́. Power FM yóò tiwa máa ní. 365 FM tiwa máa ní. Power FM yóò tiwa máa ní. Èmi Ṣẹ́gun Fowórà lóníkẹ́ máa.
Good afternoon. This is Power365 FM coming to you live from Felele, Ibadan. This is the local news. My name is Olamide Adeniji, and these are the major headlines. No ransom paid for Kaduna's school children release. Federal government. Edo CJ constitutes panel to probe deputy governor. Federal Executive Council approves construction of roads, 28 roads and bridges. And on the world scene, Senegalese election, 44-year-old Faye set to become Africa's youngest president. Before we go on, don't forget you may join us on our social media handles on Facebook at Power365FM, on Instagram at Power365_FM, and on Twitter at PowerOnline365. You could also download our app directly from our website at www.power365fm.com. We are also on all streaming platforms, including Streamer. Thank you for listening. The federal government on Monday maintained that no ransom was paid for the release of the 137 school children kidnapped from Kuriga, Chikun local government area, Kaduna State. Minister of Information and National Orientation Mohammed Idris gave this position after the regular meeting of the Federal Executive Council at the Presidential Villa, Abuja. According to him, the non-payment of ransom is in line with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's policy of dealing with such matters. Idris said the president appreciated the role of the security services in the safe return of the abductees and vowed that all those involved in such acts in the country would be fished out. Kaduna State Governor Uba Sani, in a statement on Sunday, announced the release of the school children. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has approved a new infrastructure development fund to facilitate effective infrastructure development across the critical sectors, including agriculture, transportation, ports, aviation, energy, healthcare, and education. Tagged the Renewed Hope Infrastructure Fund, the fund is expected to invest in critical national projects which, according to the presidency, will promote growth, enhance local value addition, create employment opportunities, and stimulate technological innovation and exports. A statement issued by Ajuri Ngelale, Special Advisor to the President, Media and Publicity, gave the objectives to include establish an innovative infrastructure investment vehicle to attract and consolidate capital, serving as a dynamic driver for economic advancement. He said that On aviation enhancement, the focus is on the revitalization and modernization of major airports nationwide. According to the Presidency on Port Revitalization, the strategic thrust revolves around the rejuvenation of port facilities and associated infrastructure to streamline operations and enhance the ease of doing business. Meanwhile, following the directives of the Edo State House of Assembly, the Chief Judge of the state, Justice Daniel Okugbowa, has set up a 7-man panel to probe the petition against Comrade Philip Shuaibu, the state deputy governor. The Assembly had on March 6 served a notice of impeachment on Shuaibu over alleged misconduct and perjury, with a 7-day ultimatum to respond to the petition. The House, due to alleged evasion by the Deputy Governor to be served and the impeachment notice, ordered for a substituted means of service through the state-owned Observer newspaper and the Vanguard newspapers, respectively, as this was published on March 12. However, the House, in its plenary on March 19, passed a resolution directing the Chief Judge to set up the panel to probe the allegations leveled against the Deputy Governor, and this, it was gathered, was complied to by the Chief Judge on Monday. The Chief Judge of Edo, Justice Daniel Okugbowa, later reviewed the panel constituted to investigate the allegations leveled against Comrade Shuaibu. You're still listening to Power 365 FM, coming to you live from the city of Ibadan. Senegal's ruling coalition candidate Amadou Ba has called the opposition's Bassirou Diomaye Faye to concede victory in Sunday's presidential election, a government official source said. According to the British Broadcasting Corporation (BBC), unofficial results showed that Mr. Faye had a strong lead over Mr. Ba. Mr. Faye had been in prison 10 days before the vote and campaigned on the promise of radical change. Official results from an election which was originally due last month are expected in the coming days. The vote followed months of political turmoil in one of Africa's most stable democracies after outgoing President Macky Sall tried to postpone the election until December. Several of the other 15 candidates had already conceded. President Sall has also congratulated Mr. Faye and said that it was a win for the people of Senegal. Mr. Faye, who turned 44 on Monday, ran as an independent, but he had been a senior member of the dissolved PASTEF party led by Ousmane Sonko, the popular figure who many thought would succeed Mr. Sall. But Mr. Sonko was disqualified from the election because of a defamation conviction, which he said was politically motivated. Mr. Sonko backed Mr. Faye's bid for the presidency. And that ends our local news at 2 p.m. Join us at 4 p.m. when we bring you the world news. Until then, these are the headlines once again. No ransom paid for Kaduna school children release, federal government. Federal Executive Council approves construction of 28 roads, bridges. Edo CJ constitutes panel to probe deputy governor. And on the world scene, Senegalese election, 44-year-old Faye is set to become Africa's youngest president. Thank you for staying tuned. Do have a lovely day. God bless you.
365 FM